Oh, there we go. Okay. I just tried to start this video and instead I took a picture of myself because that's really what I need on my desktop. Okay, guys, this is a good topic, one of my faves. So, okay, how to never be salesy. It's a big one. It's a big one because I will tell you that's got to be like the number one thing that I've heard in 5.5 years of doing this. When people, I've had so many people tell me like, oh, like it's so cool what you do. Like I wish I could do that, but like, I'm just like, ugh, I don't want to be like, I'm just not that type. I don't have that like personality type. And really what they're saying is like, oh, I don't want to be the salesy, obnoxious weirdo that like sells stuff to everyone, which I'm kind of like, are you saying that about me? Because I don't think you are. That's often what I say. I'm like, yeah, well, I don't do weird things, so I feel okay about it, And they're like, oh, yeah. Okay. Anyway, so how do you not be how do you not be salesy? And the reason why, of course, this is so important, why people care about not being salesy is because we care about doing things with integrity, right? Like no one wants to be the stereotypical used car salesman that's like out to like, trick you or guilt you into like spending money or whatever, right? Of course, we want to be running our businesses with integrity and doing things in a way that we can be proud of. So that's why this is so key. And it was a huge, huge obstacle for me personally when I got started. I was just so hung up on the sales thing. And like I said, I find this is so super common. I was just so hung up on like, I don't want anyone to think that I'm selling things. And you have to think like, why do I think that? What am I associating that with? And really think about it. Like, okay, well, I've got like probably 20 people on my friends list that when I scroll through Facebook, it's like billboard, billboard, billboard for their products. And also I got like that weird message one time from a girl that I haven't talked to since high school. And it was like, hey girl, support my business and would you have you heard of blah, blah, blah. And you're going like gross. Like nobody wants that, nobody wants that. Nobody wants to be sold at, So I actually do encourage you to like think about exactly like what you've experienced, what you've seen that makes you go, ugh, like that you hate what other people do as far as like selling stuff and being salesy. Like, what does that actually look like? Because you guys, you want to hear a secret? The solution to this is very easy. You be the exact opposite of that. You literally think of A, B, C, and D, things that I hate, things that I do not want to be perceived as. And you make an effort to not do those things and be that way, okay? Because I had this like major epiphany, I don't know, a good 2 years into doing this, that I was like, if I don't want people to think that I'm weird and salesy, maybe I'll just not be weird and salesy. Like, weird! So crazy. And I tell that to people. I'm like, yeah, it's actually not that hard. So here's the thing. Here's what it actually looks like, I think. When people find out that you are in one of those dirty, rotten pyramid schemes, you'll hear it. You'll hear it. Or just in general, like they know that you have something to sell. Once that happens, and that could be like when you're meeting someone in a conversation, it could be the first, whatever time that you post anything about it, like that you're, this is something that you do or whatever. People, because they have those biases, they have those like preconceived, stereotypes in their mind, they are going to expect you to be that picture in their mind. They're going to expect you to pounce. They're going to expect you to do the billboard thing. They're going to expect you to spam and do stupid things, okay? So when you be the opposite of that, every time they see you doing this with integrity in a normal human way, you are earning trust because you are shifting that perspective. They're going, oh, well, I thought, oh, okay, no, that's not what I thought that was. So I guess maybe I will, maybe I'll pay a little bit more attention. Okay, this is, so let's talk about, this is a good one. I want to make sure you guys see that one Richard Brooke video about the curiosity thing. He goes through this, like, it's so amazing. It's so amazing. Okay, so he talks about, and I need to bring this up because this is a huge thing. Everyone's like, well, what do I do? And people are like, so, like, you meet someone, they're like, what do you do? And you're like, I'm an educator of health and wellness, and have you ever had a wellness need in your life? Because I help people have some magical wellness. And also, by the way, do you need more paycheck at the end of your month or whatever the hell that stupid, like, okay, people in MLMs tend to do this. They tend to make it into a riddle. Like Richard says that, like, do not give people a riddle. They asked you a question, like, answer their question. Nobody asked to solve a riddle. Like, do not give them, okay. So I'll go through what I say. So, like, what do you do? And I will say, well, it's a little different now than what I used to say, but, okay, well, I'll say, like, for most of us, you could say, I'm a mom, I stay at home with my kids, or, oh, I'm a teacher, or, oh, I'm a nurse, and I also run a business from home. And you could, like, pause enough for them to kind of be like, oh, what, like, ask more details, what kind of business, or, like, maybe they don't, and they're just like, oh, cool, and then, like, you're going to just move on to asking them more details, about them in that case. But if they did, like, ask you for a little bit more, they kind of dig into a little bit more. They're like, oh, okay, oh, what kind of business? And I will say something like, oh, essential oils. I work with Young Living, and we have a team of distributors all over, and it's pretty fun. And they're going to be like, oh, like, so one of the, like, they're kind of like trying to piece it together. Like, what are you doing? And I'll be like, yep, we're a network marketing company. And this is what I learned from Richard. He wants you to, like, okay, you got to watch that video. Cause he goes, he says, you better rattle off like 2 or 3 or 5, network marketing companies that they are familiar with, so that you just put that out there, like, right away, or you say something funny. Okay, hold on. So I could maybe be like, if they're like, oh, is it like one of those, like, you sell it at home things or whatever? I would be like, yep, like Mary Kay or Pampered Chef, except, it's like that, except I don't carry a bunch of stuff in the trunk of my car, ever. I don't do that. So your friend around here, did you say you lived in Milwaukee for, whatever, like, I just kind of turn it back around. I don't, because here's the thing, like I said, they are expecting you to pounce, and they're going, oh God, why did I ask her that? Like, oh no. And so if you open that door and you simply, you are, like, totally going against, their expectation of you, they think you're going to be salesy and you're not, and you're actually more interested in them than what it is that you have to say or sell or whatever, that is trust points in your little bucket. Instantly. So, okay, wait, hold on. So he also he says, you can even pull his line. He goes, yeah, those pyramid things. Yeah, I'm on top of one of those. So, how long have you known Sarah? And like, that's the other thing. He's like, okay, you better rattle off, like, a few companies or pull the pyramid line. Because again, people are like, oh, like, you just said that, but wait, you're not being weird. Like, you're just kind of making, like, poking fun at yourself, and you're not, like, being a robot spam person. Okay, like, they're gonna want to, So, just as an example, because that is a big one when you talk to people in person and they want to know more about you, you want to bring up, your living thing, even if you're brand new to it, you can still claim it as your business. Hello, day one, as soon as you decide that you want to share and you want to do this, like, you get to say that. You get to add that to what it is that you're about. Anyway, okay, let's move on and talk about what not being salesy looks like as far as your actual circle of people and how you interact with them. Okay. So this, you might have heard, you're probably familiar with the terms like warm market or cold market. And so like cold market being, of course, people that you don't know. They don't know who you are. You're not, maybe not even connected to them. Maybe it's just someone that you meet at a park or somebody that you pass by in the grocery store. Like, they don't know who you are. Or, cold market, like somebody telemarket calls you, like you're their cold market. Like, they don't know you. They have no connection to you. We're not telemarketers. So, and then warm market, of course, being people that you are connected to, your friends, your acquaintances, your coworkers, your neighbors, people that you already are in your network. But here's what I also want to touch on, and that is your hot market. So not just warm, but like hot. Okay. So we're talking like your close friends, your immediate family, or even your extended family that you are particularly close with and you see a lot and they're involved in your life. Your like best friends since forever, right? These are the people the relationships that you would never do anything to like jeopardize your relationship with them. Like, you would never, you're very, very protective of that relationship. So, my advice with that is, because that's another thing that people super, super stress over. Like, oh, I don't want people to like, my friends and family to feel like I'm using them and selling to them, right? So my advice is, don't. I say you leave your hot market alone and you let them come to you. You do your own thing. So there you go, like burden lifted. You don't have to be like, oh, I need to like, I should call my sister-in-law because I really should get her to do this and buy a kit. No, you just let her come to you, because if she's close to you, she's gonna see that you have your freaking 18 oils on your table all the time, and you're drinking your Ninja and you're doing all this stuff. And if you're sharing about stuff on social media, they see that too. Like, they know you. They're gonna be exposed quite a bit. And so let's talk about a little bit more practical things with that. So like, what about classes? Do I invite them to the class? Yeah, maybe. That would maybe be my exception. Like, say, but like, make sure that it's like relevant to them. Like, you're like, don't make them feel obligated to come just because they're your family, or you know what I'm saying? Like, make it like say your aunt told you something about like she can't sleep or something, and say you're doing a class and you're making like, I don't know, bath salts and relaxation stuff or whatever. Be like, hey, so we're actually doing this thing. If you want to come, that'd be awesome. No, no pressure, no stress or anything, but we are doing this and I thought of you. So, also a good way to just in general approach that is just to like put it out there that you're doing this class, and then again, just like let people come to you. Put it out there, have people ask for an invite. Then the people that you were already having conversations with, they already came to you and asked you about oils, then yeah, definitely like give them a direct invitation, like, hey, we'd love to have you, like personally invite. So I think that's kind of where that comes into play. And then, I'm looking at my notes. So my stance on that is just like, you're going to always want to project your enthusiasm, like, and use your stuff in front of them. Let them like feel your passion for this stuff. But I would not like directly like ask them to buy a kit. You know what I mean? Cause, that is the fear. You don't want to be like, oh, I don't want people to feel obligated. And they could, and you don't want somebody to buy a kit from you, anyone, even if it's your best friend, if they're not actually sold on the value of it. If they don't truly understand how it's going to benefit their life, they haven't been shown and educated and seen and experienced, like, what is this even all about for me? Why do I care? If all I care about is helping my best friend from high school get a $50 check, then I'm gonna get it and then I'm out. You know, like they need to care more. So you need to do your job in providing that value so that it is their idea and they are like, oh, I want that. And you know, so that's that I think is where the focus should be for that. So let's see. Yes. So also another thing. This goes along. We talk about this a lot. Like we talked about it in 30 Days of Sharing, like being the oil fairy. So that is something that I would say, go ahead and do that for your warm market and your hot market too. As far as like somebody has a need, somebody, oh my gosh, like your neighbor is just dying with a cold and they can't breathe. And so you're like, oh, you know, you just like go over and bring them some freaking soup and a little homemade chest rub with Raven, you know, like, so be good, you know, be a good person. And go ahead and take opportunities to give them gifts, even like holidays and birthdays and baby showers and stuff like that. You know, just chuck things right at their face. Oils. Don't do that. So gifts, being an oil fairy when it's applicable, but always like it's never like this, like, you know, like that you don't ever want them to feel obligated, and it's super easy to when that's not your intention. Again, like if you don't want to be weird and pushy, then don't be weird and pushy. So, okay. And this also, okay, the one thing, maybe that's a topic for another day. I was going to run over my one exception to that hot market rule. I'll briefly tell you. So my one exception to that would be you are starting your business. You need builders. You need people to do the business and run with you. That is an important part of our job. And you want to be always having your eyes peeled for people who would be awesome, you know, members on your team for that. If you do happen to know someone and they are even hot market and you know like 1,010,000,000% that they would be amazing at this, I'm going to say that's your free pass. I would say you do it one time. You get a little, you know, wine buzz going or something, right? And then just be like, listen, I'm going to like cry if down the road I regret not bringing this up and something, I don't know. I feel like I need to just say it. And then I'm never going to bug you about this again, but I have to just at least say, so I'm doing this business thing, you know, and I'm super stoked on it, but I'm like, from day one, I'm like, oh my gosh, like Laura, like she would be so amazing at this. And it would be like my best dream team ever to like get to work with you. And you know me, I'm not going to be weird and it's like, we have fun. We do it in a good way, like awesome, you know, we have good community and, all that, you know, blah, 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 like do your pitch and say, so I'm just putting it out there. I will literally never, if you say no, like I will never bring it up again. I will never ever make you feel weird about it. But I had to just say that was like on my mind from day one. So what do you think? Like I say that because there's some people in my life that I wish I would have had that conversation with. And then I think that things would have gone differently for both of our, you know, life trajectories if I would have. So, okay. Anyway, back to like selling, being salesy. So here's another thing. I think that until you get over this like mental hump or whatever, you're always going to have a hard time with worrying about being salesy. So here's something that really helped me that I learned. I couldn't even tell you who I learned it from. I wish I could give credit. But okay, first of all, you need to have a mindset where you fully believe that you are doing people a disservice if you don't sell to them your you know, oils and this whole lifestyle and the whole shebang. You need to actually think, I am letting that person down if I don't tell her about this, or if I don't invite her, or if I don't, you know, like give her this, or what, like whatever it is. You actually have to be thinking like, because a lot of us, you know, all of us, our hearts are in the right place. Like we want to help people, and we are like doing them dirty if we like never tell them about this stuff. Okay, I'll tell you this changed my mind. This was a good one. So back, gosh, it was like 3 years ago, at Gold Retreat. So they had someone from corporate, and I feel bad, I can't remember who he was, but did this little thought exercise for us, and it went like this. He was like, okay, everybody, I want you to close your eyes. And, okay, so you're going to imagine something. I want you to like really think about this. Okay, you wake up in the morning and you go to like turn on your diffuser and it's not there. And you're like, weird. And then you go into your kitchen and you go to like take your Ningxia and your supplements and get your other oils out for the day and put on your whatever, he like went through, and they're gone. Like they're just nowhere. And you're going like, oh my God, like you're freaking out, and all of a sudden you look, your entire oil rack empty. All the stuff in your bathroom that you use. Oh, now you've got the toxic crap back in your bathroom, actually. And your babies are slathering themselves in Johnson & Johnson and all that. Okay, so like going through the, and he says, and then you log on to your social media and you go to like say hey to your friends, your leaders, your team, and they're not even on your friends list. Like they're gone. All of that's just been erased. And you don't have that community, and you don't have that support, and you don't have all the friendships that you've made. Also, you don't have your paycheck. It's the 20th, and nothing came in their bank today. Zero. As an aside. And we're going like, and at this, like, we're getting like emotional, right? We're like, oh my God, like this is terrible, And he goes, leaders, what you just experienced, what you thought about, what I just described, is literally every single person in your life who you haven't shared your living with. Every single one is at that position that you just thought about, where young living is not in your life, and you don't have oils, and you don't have your team, and you don't have any part of this lifestyle. And we were like, that hit me in the feels. Like, I was like, oh, okay, wow. So really, yes, I feel an obligation to be telling people about this. And I should and do feel guilty when I've done a crappy job of it. Like, it's like, oh, I have not posted something in like forever. Or like, oh, I did not have that class that I was hoping to have. Like, oh, those people didn't, it's like, all these missed opportunities. Like, I'm trying to think in terms of I need to reduce those missed opportunities and instead create opportunities, because I in my heart of hearts, like, I cannot imagine what my life would be like. I will cry. I will actually cry if I think about it, like, too much. Like, what life would be like if I had never gotten, I should have a box here, the kit, if I had never done that, if I had never said yes, if I had never just tried to, share and do the business. I don't even want to think about what life would be like if that were the case. So, if you can get to that point, and if you're not at that point, I want you to like do some work to like really look into yourself and like think like, okay, I truly have that to offer people, and so not only are you doing a disservice to people if you don't share your living with them. Here's the thing. We are in the friendship making business, and I get hung up on this a lot. Like, I'll be like, should I really friend request her or whatever, like, should I? I need to be in a mindset where I know, again, in my heart, that person's life will be better off with me in it. And it feels a little bit like, to me, it's like, ooh, like rings off my douche alarms a little bit, like, but no, I should think enough of myself and my gifts and my strengths and what I have to offer and all the things that I bring to the table. And yes, that includes oils. Yes, that includes young living. Yes, that includes this opportunity, but I am enough, and I should have the confidence to want to be expanding my circle and inviting, people into my world and making friends and not feeling weird about it. So that's a little bit of a personal development thing. So, anyway, I also want to touch on, okay, another good thing to focus on as far as, okay, you don't want to be salesy, you don't want to be pitching people all the time, and you should not be pitching people all the time, because really what this is an education business. You want to be pouring out that education, that value, like, so that you're teaching the value of what this stuff has for people's lives, how it solves their problems, how it makes things better for them. So you are pouring out that education, pouring out those stories and how it's affected you and what your experience is and what you've learned. And then you're only going to be like just trickling in, actual sales pitches, like asking for anything in return from all this value that you're giving. You want to just be trickling those in very sparingly and like when appropriate. So even like for me, okay, I run an Instagram page that's all oils, all, Young Living. And I do not at the end of every single post be like, that message me for more info, or, here's my weekly special in the kit or whatever. I have to like rein it in, even when that's expected. Like, they know on that page that this is what I sell. Like, it is a business, it's not even a personal thing, but still you have to be giving and earning the right to ask for the sale, ask for the, the other end of that, if you will. So, and also like giving people an opportunity so that it is their idea to come to you and ask you, and, making it be on their terms, their idea. It is always going to be more effective when people, make the decision. They truly feel it's entirely 100% their decision, not that they were influenced or like swindled, like into it, right? Because that feels icky. So that's a part of that. Okay. Really, at the end of the day, you guys, it is really as simple as this. Like, if you don't want to be perceived as salesy or weird or annoying or like those other MLM marketers, hi, I want to be nothing like them. Then do not be that way. Be yourself. Don't copy and paste things that sound nothing like you. Don't post your own, talk about your own stories, like in your own voice. And if you ever do feel like you're being pushy, then just stop, or like delete. You want to be like listening to your gut. And especially when you're in conversation with someone, you can even say, if you are worried about like being pushy, like say it, like tell them that, like tell them like you want to make sure, I wanted to make sure like I'm not being pushy. I just wanted to make sure you knew about this sale going on, or, totally no pressure. Totally no pressure is something that comes out of my mouth, my fingers, often, because I mean it. Like, I actually I have no interest in pressuring anyone. Because why? Because I am not desperate. And you know what? It's easy I did this. So if you are doing this, don't. I was going to say, it's easy maybe you're looking at me like, oh, easy for you to say that you're not desperate because you actually make good money, blah, 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 you're a gold or whatever. And I used to have those thoughts like, no. Here's the thing. From day one, from even when you have sold 0, you are not desperate. No. You have no need to be desperate, no reason to be desperate. You know why? Do you know how many freaking people there are on this planet? And you cannot ever think that your market is tapped out, of your community or anything like that. That's a topic for another day if we want to talk about the myth of saturation. No. Here's the thing. You are doing your thing. You know what you have is amazing. You know where you're going. You know your goals. You are on your little bus, right? Okay, the energy bus. That's the thing. You can read about it. And you do not, one person's kit sale is never going to make or break your business. Never. So you don't care. I don't care. And also sometimes people take forever to come around to you, right? Like, I get people, okay, I've been in 5.5 years. I still get people that are actually decently close friends of mine that only are just now oh, okay, I'll take a cut, and that's because I don't care. you'll come around. Like, you have to have that energy about you because nothing is less sexy than desperation, right? Think of it in terms of dating. Like, if you're talking to a guy and you're like, I don't know how the kids do it today, you guys. I don't know. I've been married for 1,000 years. No, I haven't. You guys that are older than me are laughing at me. Okay. If you're talking, you're Tindering, I don't know, you swiped, whatever, you're connected with someone, and if they're like, hey, so I know that it's our first date, but you want to come meet my family, and also we could like go away for the weekend together, and so I already booked it, so I hope that you can come along, and they're like just like super like desperate weird, and you're like, ooh, that's a no, I'm out. Like, I'm going to ghost you and you're not going to go out with me ever kind of thing, right? We know this. Nobody likes desperation, okay? So you have to always like remind yourself, oh, I am doing my thing. I don't need that. Whatever. If they say no, I don't care. Like, I'm good. Like, I have an endless stream of people that I can keep sharing with, and it does not matter. So, okay. Also don't forget the 19 exposures thing. We probably talked about it in other videos. I'm not recording these in order, so forgive me. 19 exposures, you guys, before people make a buying decision. Facts. Hashtag facts. So you don't know what exposure people are on, and you don't know if it's going to take 12 more for them to say yes. Whatever. You're just, you love what you're doing, whether or not you have 5 people on your team or 50,000. Like, you're good. You're good. Okay. I think that is all I have for today. Sorry, this went way longer than I thought it would, this topic, but I guess you know me. That's the passion. Okay. Okay, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we will chat in the thing, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Okay. I love you. Bye.